The most famous shoes in the world. The ruby red slippers from the Wizard of Oz. Well, maybe not these, the ones in the Smithsonian. They are in need of saving. Oh my, lions and tigers and bears. The Smithsonian says it needs $300,000 to repair a pair of shoes. Now, why are these so important? Well, 77 years ago, Dorothy had to fend off that wicked witch of the West to keep her slippers.
The ruby slippers, what have you done with them? Give them back to me or I'll...
It's too late. There they are, and there they'll stay.
Give me back my slippers. I'm the only one that knows how to use them. They're no use to you. Give them back to me. Give them back.
Keep tight inside of them. Their magic must be very powerful, or she wouldn't want them so badly.
Oh, powerful magic. Now the Smithsonian says it's crowdfunding to make sure the slippers are preserved for generations to come. So far, the campaign is surging down the yellow brick road towards its goal. A Kickstarter appeals raised $75,000 in just a few hours. Ryan Littleman is the Smithsonian's entertainment curator. He joins me now from Washington. Sir, why Kickstarter for the red slippers?
Well, these famous pair of shoes, like you said, these are the only pair of the ruby slippers that are owned by the American people. And so what we wanted to do with this Kickstarter campaign was to give the American people an opportunity to contribute to the restoration and the conservation and display of these shoes that matter to so many people. Right. So it's a great platform.
Right, but I mean, the Smithsonian is not, I mean, I know you're strapped for cash on the big projects, but you're not hard up for 300 grand or whatever it might cost to repair a pair of slippers. So how much of this is really also about involvement? You want people to be involved.
That's exactly it. I mean, a lot of that money will go to this. It's a very complicated process to conserve and build a new case for these shoes. But, you know, beyond that, it is really this great opportunity to get people to contribute to something that really matters to them. You know, so many people have these great memories of watching The Wizard of Oz with friends and family at the holidays, and the magic of Hollywood is represented with these shoes. So we want to give people an opportunity to have some ownership of that.
I've got to ask you, what are you doing with 300,000? I mean, I have a feeling that I'm going to learn more about preservation of shoes than I wish to. However, why do you need 300,000 to build a case to hold a pair of shoes?
Absolutely. So museum conservation is a very complicated process. You need highly trained experts who can analyze the material types and really figure out what the best way to care for these is. I mean, this is a very early type of plastic that was used to make the sequins. You know, it's just a very complicated thing to be able to analyze this even. So it's never been attempted before on this scale. And so we want to give those people the tools that they need to be able to figure out what's going to keep the ruby slippers on display for years to come, because we want everybody to be able to see them. The case that they're going to go into in our new exhibition that's opening in 2018 is also going to be state-of-the-art, totally sealed and anoxic, so that all of the light and humidity and temperature changes that have hurt the slippers over time will be mitigated, and so we'll stop that deterioration and save them.
Finally, obviously the Smithsonian relies on private donations and corporate, a lot of corporate money. I assume that maybe some corporate money, a shoe manufacturer or something, might come in and decide to have the ruby red slippers sponsored by.
Well, so far we've wanted this to be a people-centered campaign, so that's why we picked Kickstarter, and we're hoping that everybody will go to si.edu/Kickstarter and make a contribution as small as $1 or up to the higher levels where you get some of the great rewards that we're offering. But we really just want this to be something for the American people.